All right. Hot topic, guys.
Hot
Hot
topic.
topic, as usual.
topic.
This might be a little controversial, so I just want you to just buckle up while I'm reading the story, and then you
Why
give
is
me
it
your.
controversial?
You'll find out. You'll
okay,
shortly find
He
out.
just
okay?
said, just
Buckle up. Just buckle up, and hold your opinions for the end, please. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Am I the asshole for suing my former employer for something that honestly didn't bother me at the time?
damn.
How long has it been?
We got questions.
Yeah,
we got
I'm just
questions.
gonna listen,
you
buddy.
can't
Come
just
on.
do that randomly.
You guys buckled up?
I'm ready.
All
Let's
right.
go.
So this is kind of awkward to write, but I've been turning it over in my head for weeks and I need an outside perspective. I worked at the same company for about 5 years under the same manager, Michael, 45-year-old male. He was fine most of the time, not perfect, but I managed. During my second year there, the company Christmas party happened. It was one of those nights where people drink a little too much, and I ended up giving Michael a ride home because he lived kind of out of the way, and well, someone had to. On the way, he got a little too drunk and made some sexual comments towards me. Strike one already, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
It wasn't like he fully knew what he was doing because he kept calling me his wife's name. At the time, I honestly just felt awkward. I didn't think much of it after, and nothing of that really affected me emotionally or mentally. Fast forward to recently, a couple years have gone by, and I was unexpectedly let go from the company. My lawyer friend suggested that I pursue a wrongful termination case and that this story from the Christmas party could somehow help show a pattern of misconduct. And here's the thing. I didn't really feel like what happened at the party was a big deal to me personally. It didn't hurt me at the time and it didn't affect my work. But now, thinking about it, parts of me wonders if it's okay to use this in this context. I know I could strengthen my case, but I also feel a little guilty, like I'm exaggerating something that didn't really matter. My friends are divided too. Some say I should stay the course and use it, and that it's a legitimate example of inappropriate behavior in the workplace. And others say it's kind of petty because I didn't really react at the time. So, am I the asshole for moving forward with this case using something that at the time I didn't think was a big deal?
that's a tough one.
It's tough? Why do you say it's tough?
It's because it's the intentions that matter, you know?
Okay.
So, do I think she is wrong for pursuing legal action? Absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes when you are in that situation, it may take a long time to register that you were kind of harassed, you know? Like in the moment, you might not realize it, but when you speak to another person and then when you get a second opinion, you start to put the pieces together like, yeah, I was in a wrong situation, you know?
But to pursue legal action after the fact?
How else would you kind of
I would
address this though?
pursue therapy or like some sort of like healing. If I feel affected by what happened, I would try and help myself. I
But
wouldn't
would you
try
not
and
want to bring that person, like, make them known for what they did?
I don't know.
Like,
For me,
is that person going scot-free?
depends on what I believe to have been like. If it was something that I believe to have harmed me,
Yeah.
then yes. But if like in the story, I think that this person is feeling guilty because she doesn't really feel the negative effect of what others are telling her happened in that scenario, even though she lived it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where if I'm in that scenario, I'm thinking to myself, I'm personally not hurt or harmed by this, and I can tell that this person wasn't intending to do something negative to me.
Yeah.
So why would I want to ruin their life?
That's true. But what I'm trying to say is, as a manager, you have a responsibility to your direct report.
Definitely.
Can we agree?
Yeah.
I don't care that you're at a Christmas party. You have a role to play, which is to be a professional and to act as such, you know?
Even when he's lit at the Christmas party?
Like, imagine that guy went home, fam, and told his wife that I got drunk and I flirted with my direct report. Does that sound feasible? Like, let's put it out of context for a second. Right now, we're trying to give him the pass. I understand. He was drunk. He may not have been in the right mind.
Coherent,
Take
yeah.
a step back. Let's see. This guy, if he was to tell his close family friend or even his wife, what would they say about it? Would they think he's in the wrong?
Like if he went up to his spouse and said, "Yo, I mistakenly flirted with somebody at the Christmas party."
Put more context. I mistakenly flirted with my direct report while I was drunk and tried to make sexual advances towards her.
That's a no-no.
Now, how do you think his wife would react?
That's a no-no for sure.
Okay, so we agree that what he did was wrong. Okay? Now, let's put it into context of her. At the moment, she probably may not have thought, yo, this is serious, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to automatically experience it in the moment to know that you were in a situation where you were harassed. Maybe you could feel like a year later, like, damn, this actually happened. And maybe now I need to heal from it. But at the same time, what if she completely lets this go and this guy feels comfortable doing it to somebody else? We don't know that there have been multiple occasions where he may have done this, you know?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. You bring up a really good point. I want to get to your opinion as well. The part that I just don't necessarily agree with is like to come after the fact, years down the line.
Yeah.
You got to come with more than he did this or he said this. You know what I mean? Because it sounds too like
Then what are you supposed to bring?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to have some sort of evidence to pursue this guy for this issue. You know what I mean? If it's more so just like I felt uncomfortable at the time based off what he said, and it's just you versus him, then you don't really have that much legs to stand on. That's where I feel like you should pursue healing for yourself, opposed to like.
I'm cool with the healing piece.
Okay,
I think that's much deserved, and you need that in order to move forward.
What I'm trying
to say is there's still an element of the other person.
Yeah, but I don't think you have much of a case if it's just a he said versus she said.
If the case is not against him, the case is against the whole company, though. It's firing without cause. So this is adding to the pattern of this is how we were treated as employees.
So for the workplace, then I can understand what you're saying. But there also has to be like evidence of like a pattern of that misconduct. You know, it can't just be one instance at the Christmas party. You know, because
I think one instance is enough.
And okay, let me ask you this: what should happen to this guy?
I think he should be let go.
Okay, so
I think not only should he be let go, but I wouldn't say he should be arrested. I'm not gonna go that far because
he didn't touch her.
Yeah, he didn't, but that was the intention. Imagine if she, that was
just words at the time, right?
Yeah, he said she said that he made sexual advances towards her, but. Let me just read the comment again. It said,
a lot of things.
On the way, he got a little too drunk and made some sexual comments towards me. It wasn't like he fully knew what he was doing because he kept calling me by his wife's name.
True.
So it's a civil suit, if anything.
Okay.
If she was holding it against him, it would be a civil suit. He can't be arrested for that. I agree. He should be let go.
100%.
And you're an authority figure at the end of the day. I've never understood why if you're a boss at a Christmas party, you're not everybody, because if anything goes down here, you need to be the person that's a part of trying to find solutions for whatever happened in the room.
Yeah,
but you cannot be out of your body.
But I get that. But I also think like, is there no benefit of the doubt to this guy at all for anything?
Bro, there's some situations where the benefit of the doubt, in my opinion, shouldn't be considered.
Even if the victim in this case doesn't really feel like a victim?
You don't have to feel like a victim in the moment to know. And you don't have to.
I don't know if I.
Wait. Let me reiterate that. You don't have to feel like a victim to be a victim. You feel me? Just because I don't feel victimized does not mean necessarily that I was in a situation in which I wanted. I may just not have known what happened. You know what I mean? So for her to maybe realize it years later after talking it with a friend, be like, "Yo, I actually did go through that." You know, and she may not feel victimized or harassed, but to do it in protection of other women who may be under the direct report of this man, you're taking actions in order to protect the future generation of people.
Now, if she's ambulance chasing is a different thing, because the way it's being built up, if it's that, and she processes it herself, it sounds like she's being convinced to. And now that seems like point. Ambulance chasing, and it seems like you're trying to make a bigger case of something you didn't feel it was such. If you're processed and you're saying, yes, this happened, this could have happened and to other people, or it can happen to other people in the future, that's a process and that's something that should be held up. But if you're trying to hold up this sexual harassment case as this potentially could have gone further, or this is potentially how I felt, is a wrong. I feel.
Because I just don't think you have that much legs to stand on if you're pursuing a case and this is the only instance of harassment. Because there has to, like, if you want to get the guy fired, right, then he has to have done something at the workplace and that people know about. You know what I mean? Like, he has to have a reputation that is behind him. And I don't think that this person has a reputation like that behind them based off the story.
I don't think you need if it happens once, fam, I don't think a reputation.
But then the intention matters too. And his intention wasn't to sexually harass.
It does not matter.
It seems like his intention was to sleep with his wife.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that's his intention.
That's the benefit of the doubt that I'm looking
At the
for.
end of the day, this man tried to sleep with his direct report. No, you feel me? It doesn't matter if he had a clean record.
Like, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
And this is just a side note, but like, say you're the boss of somebody, right?
Okay.
And you're at your desk and you're just taking a nap,
Sure.
right? And you're just dozing off, right?
Sure.
And then you sleep talk and say some wild shit. Can they pursue you for that?
You could be let go for that.
Yeah.
You could be let go for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Depends on
find
how
that
crazy that thing is.
I agree.
In an open room, you could
Yeah.
be let go.
I don't find that like
Just because
Right.
your unconscious bias is still will be held to a responsibility, fam.
that's wild.
Like if I'm out here saying like if I was to say slurs in a room by myself,
Yeah.
you know, and let's say I was unmuted in a meeting, that the company can know what I said, even though I didn't meant it directly to the people in the meeting.
Or someone's walking by
Yeah.
a closed door room.
You
and
you
they
are
overhear you.
you are a representation of the company, especially if I'm in a position of management. I am a representation of what the company should be. So if I, the manager, am like, yo, X, Y, and Z, and I pursue like my direct report, is that what you want to show the company is? Like, is this what you want? Like, is this what the company is about, fam?
I just think as human beings, we're all individuals and we deserve some grace. At
Totally.
times. At
But
times.
there's a time and a place. A workplace
just don't think
is
that-
not a place for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it seems it's almost like a military style in today's culture where you have to be so politically correct, stand on business for everything that any slip up can ruin your life. And that's what I don't agree with, because people are gonna slip up no matter what. We're just humans.
It's not like he's like they're putting something on his jacket that wasn't there though. Like you're gonna get fired for this.
In this story, you mean?
Yeah, like you're gonna get fired for this. It's not like they put
Well, I mean,
some
the
sort
next,
of.
the
You
next,
know how there's certain cases where your name's online and your neighborhood could see what you did. I'm not
Right.
trying to say the word, but it's not like it's that.
but it kind of is in a sense, because the next employer that he pursues can go back to his last job and ask, yo, why'd you let this guy go? And they'll be like, yo, he sexually harassed somebody. And that's kind of tainting your work,
That could
your
be
image.
negotiated though. That can be disclosed.
What do you mean?
That could be a part of a sealed settlement. If she takes this to court and he gets fired, that could be a part of the settlement that they sealed that. They don't declare that to everybody.
I get that, but at the same time too, I just feel like you're like something so minuscule being taken out of context to benefit somebody else in their harder times in life is a little selfish.
Harder times in life.
Because you got
yeah, it
fired.
was
So
a
what?
Christmas
Go
party.
find another job.
No, but the
fuck?
context of this was he messed up. There should be something happening.
I just don't. I personally just don't see it as that big of a fuck up. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
I wholeheartedly disagree. Let me put this into more perspective, okay? Let's say your daughter went to a party at the company, right? And let's say her manager, even though he was a little drunk, made advances towards her. Okay? She comes home, talks to you about it, tells you what happened, and she's like, I didn't really feel anything at the time. But you obviously as a father feel uncomfortable and know that she was victimized. How would you feel about this situation then?
To be honest with you, if my daughter came to me and said, yo, this nigga was drunk and is yapping some random shit to me, and she kind of just brushed it off, then I'd be like, all right, don't be around
It
that
wasn't
nigga when he's
random
drunk.
shit. It was sexual advance.
Regardless, I'd be like, don't be around that guy when he's drunk. Simple as that.
I think
So you're
you're
gonna
wrong.
hold her
I think you're
accountable
wrong.
for his actions.
No, I'm just gonna be like, yo, you're caught in a shitty situation, and don't be around this person anymore. Avoid them. Distance yourself. Simple as that.
I think you're wrong.
You got to keep this. You got to keep the ship floating. Is my opinion.
You
know what I mean?
Because
It depends on
at no point did you put the responsibility on him to be like, no, he's wrong. Maybe this is what you
It
should
also
do.
it also matters.
You should go.
It also matters who his character is outside of being drunk, outside of the party situation atmosphere. It also matters how good or bad of a boss he is to my daughter, and it also matters like the environment they're in also matters too. Like if that happened in a meeting, then yeah, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? We need to start. You know, like we need to get a lawyer, an attorney, blah blah blah. We need to pursue this. But if this happened at the Christmas party and people are just kind of mingling and socializing around and shit like that, then get yourself out of there. If you feel uncomfortable, leave.
I appreciate the idea of what you're saying. Like people should be given grace, and people should be cared for in sensitive moments. But also, people shouldn't be drunk next to their subordinates. And
Well, if you ask me, I
should-
personally say ban alcohol, bring back prohibition, all that shit. Bring it all back.
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
I don't know if I pronounced it.
He said it wrong too. That's all good. You know what I mean? Bring it all back. Like
But-
if alcohol's a problem, then don't have alcohol in the workplace.
I agree, but if you should be held accountable, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're drunk, you should be held accountable for what you're saying. Because we're adults at the end of the day, and real people can be harmed, and like psychologically or physically, from things that are said or actions that are held. So yeah, I don't agree with that. You guys want to like wrap up with the final opinions?
Okay, yeah. So final judgments. What would you say in this story? She's saying, am I the asshole for moving forward with this case using something at the time I didn't think was a big deal? I say yes, personally. I think you're doing too much and you're ruining a good guy's life. Potential good guy's life. We don't know.
A guy's life.
A guy's life.
I'm very in the middle. I see both sides, and if she does pursue it, I think it's her right. If she doesn't pursue it, I also see the grace she's giving him. Whichever she picks, because at the end of the day, it's her decision, I'm cool with it.
Does the context of her heart not being in it matter?
Yeah, that's kind of why I brought up at the beginning. Like, I kind of feel weird about, because I support her, but the only reason she wants to do it is to get a bigger package at the end of the day, you know? But it's the intention does matter, you know? But at the end of the day, regardless of where her mind is at, she has the right to pursue it, and if she feels the need to let it go, then I respect her decision to do so. So she's not the asshole, in my opinion.
She isn't the asshole. I agree for whatever she does. If it's a part of a wrongful termination suit, especially, and she feels duped for this company that she's been working for years, that's something we all want to do, is go lash out our last company and try to get something out of it. Because right now you're without a job, and it's going to, like you said, it's going to be on your record that you got fired. So it's going to be tough to get the next job because there's going to be some convincing. So I'm with her. If she wants to add that to the suit, because that's real, it's not something, as long as she doesn't embellish. She's not the asshole for it.
Okay. And let us know in the comments below. Hot topic, we know, controversial. Am I a villain? So what? Let us know in the comments though. The audience, we love to hear your opinions. This is the Coffee Break Podcast. I'm your host, Slim. These are my bros.
Jama.
Mukhtar.
See you next time.